Next video of the night is going to be Divas champion AJ Lee going up against Paige. At Battleground, I think this is pretty much a dream match for a lot of people. I know that's pushing it a little bit too far. Most of the time when you talk about dream matches, you end up talking about two wrestlers from two different eras going at each other. Somebody like John Cena going up against Hulk Hogan. You have the 80s against the 2000s, and seeing who would win out and what's going down, and most of the time you only get to see those play out in video games. But for so long, we saw AJ Lee run through everyone in the Divas division after winning the Divas Championship from Caitlyn. We saw her, work pretty much all the way down the roster to where basically she was, fighting the girls from Total Divas that, never really got matches on TV anymore. So many times that people stepped up to the plate, and we kept on thinking, this is the person that's going to derail AJ. For some reason, I was thinking Natalya was going to be that girl who stepped up to the plate from Total Divas. When it all played out, the night after WrestleMania, AJ Lee became the longest reigning Divas champion of all time. Paige came down to congratulate her. Next thing you know, you have an impromptu match with AJ Lee sort of showing off, beating up the NXT, champion at that time. The rookie competitor having her first match on the main roster with so many eyes looking down on her, from the crowd. And, one mistake by AJ, Paige was able to make AJ tap out, and she became the champion. And it was sort of off to the races from there. Paige was running to defending that championship on Raw and on pay-per-views, while AJ Lee was running home to get pregnant and basically get married to CM Punk as well, and just basically live the life of sitting at home where she nurses an injury. I guess you can say. Finally, AJ was able to come back to the roster. She hasn't wrestled any house shows yet. She's just been working TVs, and this being her first pay-per-view back. But she was able to capture her championship back, mostly pretty much the same way that Paige won it from her, just showing up with the surprise return and just having an impromptu match where she basically used the crowd to goat Paige into giving her the match. During that match, we saw a different side of Paige, where basically we saw the evil sort of push to the brink of her edge thing, where she realized that this was going to be her fiercest competitor that she'd had. AJ had run through everyone in the Divas division before, and Paige had sort of gotten the easy way out, where we've seen her fight against Tamina Snuka, Oksana, Alicia Fox. Nobody had really stepped up to the plate to be that that lead diva to take her on. They were just sort of pushing her through the bottom of the bin, and then all of a sudden, boom! Your main event girl comes back, and we're off to the races. For so long, when AJ was going through all these people kept on looking at the Divas division at NXT and just saying, why are you not bringing this girl up? She's been having the best matches on NXT cards that she's been a part of, and so many people have been talking about her for so long. You just put her up there. We keep seeing AJ have to go into the ring and sort of move around with these girls that can't work at her level. And here's a girl like Paige who has been wrestling since, I've heard, the number 12 years old. She can go in there and know what she's doing. She might not be able to know how to control a WWE crowd as well as some other people, but she's at least going to be able to hold her own to where the wrestling match looks real. There was times in WWE when and the girls were getting looked down upon because they were having better matches than some of the men that were on pay-per-view, and people were remembering their matches and they were stepping up to the plate. But this is going to be a great match. In my mind, I think that it was almost booked backwards. It was almost like, it doesn't really make sense why we should be caring about this match. It's almost if like when AJ came back and AJ challenged Paige. Paige, who was turning heel in that match since they pulled off the double turn. Why did Paige not get disqualified? Why did Paige not bail out of the ring, grab her Divas title, and grip it close to her as she pushed her way back up to the stage, staring at AJ, telling her, "You'll never get my championship. You got me tonight, but you'll never get another shot." Making it where it was like, she was going to do everything she could to get out of this match with AJ. She didn't want to do this, but instead, she fell for it. She got tripped up. She lost the championship, and now it's almost like, Paige is on the chase while she's the heel. Are we supposed to cheer for, AJ, the girl who deceived us for so long and then basically just went home after WrestleMania to hang out with CM Punk? And there's some people who look at AJ as sort of like the person who took CM Punk from us. It's one of the reasons why he's at home. He finally got removed from the WWE roster. He got moved over to the alumni, so I guess it's almost finalized now that CM Punk's not going to be returning to WWE. We'll never see him again, and he tweeted out, a thank you, and that he is, healing up and being healthy and having a good well-being is well worth it. But it's almost like, the push that I can say that AJ's getting right now is almost like the one that Kelly got, when she beat Beth Phoenix at SummerSlam. It was almost like she got a fluke win. Now she's going to have to go in there and defend it, and can she do it again? But instead, AJ Lee, your former Divas champion, she's held the Divas championship longer than anybody. What's the plus for us to jump onto her side? Has she really even won us over as a true babyface in the Divas division? To me, it doesn't really happen. Honestly, in my mind, I want to see Paige win this. I want to see these girls go back and forth for so long, and we're going to have to see if maybe they're just trying to make AJ happy to keep her on the roster. They're just going to keep the title on her. From where do they go from there? I still want to know where Emma fits in all this. I know that she got in a little bit of trouble with the whole Walmart iPod, whatever it was, situation. She did get a win over Cameron on main event, so I don't know. We know that these girls can wrestle. We've been wanting to get them up to the main page for so long. To fight AJ, here's our chance. Let's see how good this match is. There's a good chance it could be one of the best matches of the night. That's what I'm hoping for, and I'm picking Paige to win this one.